Ah yes, Call of Duty, the furthest thing from Ponytown that I can think of. A long while back when Call of Duty Mobile came out, I had made a video about it, and in that video I did almost nothing but complain about the current state of it. It was laggy, easy to win, annoying, and even had audio issues that no one else seemed to want to admit was there. But what is Call of Duty Mobile like right now that it's had some of 2019 and all of 2020 to evolve and grow? Today I'm going to be updating that previous video and talking about just that. What is Call of Duty Mobile like in 2021? Now I think a great place to start this video is the intro of the game. After downloading this game, it holds your hand for like 10 minutes straight, if not longer. Quick, tap this, now tap this, now tap this, and this, and this. Oh, this feature that is so incredibly obvious? Why don't we bring you through every step of it and bore the ever-loving shit out of you? That'll make you want to stay in the game and play more of it. I hate this so much, like I genuinely hate this so much, and the worst part of it is that you can't skip any of it, and even after you think it's done, holding your hand and forcing your hand and making you do this, this, and that, there are still random moments in the game where it just stops you from doing anything and brings up an arrow and a message saying something along the lines of, oh hey, press this real quick there, because there's like this new thing called game modes, or oh hey, press this other thing real quick, because you know you're customizing your weapon, right? Yeah, you gotta press this attachment and you gotta press this other thing to equip it and everything like that, because you need to know how to do that, even though you already know how to do that because you've made like 3 classes previously. I don't care that you already know how to do it. Just do it anyway. It's so fucking dumb and it's so condescending that it makes me hate doing anything outside of loading a match and playing for a few minutes. I don't feel encouraged to customize my weapon. I don't feel like trying to edit score streaks. I don't feel like trying to mess with any other menus whatsoever, because I just know as soon as I press the wrong thing, the game is going to force me to do something that I don't want to do, and it's going to be wasting my time. Besides, there isn't much incentive to customize weapons anyway, at least for me, because this game is so easy that even with a bad gun, I can get the highest number of kills on my team. Now that's either because I'm really good at mobile games, or because 99% of other people playing this game have no concept on what the fuck is going on, or they just suck absolute ass. Now I know I'm being like kind of aggressive in this video, and it's like something that some of you probably aren't used to, but it just frustrates me to no end that this game is so incredibly easy and that there's so many things still wrong with it that hasn't been improved, which we're going to go over for the rest of this video. This game is actually so incredibly easy that I can go AFK multiple times a game, and I mean like I can play for like a minute, 2 minutes, and then be like, oh I need to do this thing in this other room real quick. Go in there, grab something, come back. I've been AFK for like 60 seconds or something like that, and then I can do that like 2 more times and still not only win, but have roughly 20 kills, the most kills on my team by the end of the match, and win the match. Like, just by a landslide. It's so easy. But even if it's hard for you, even if you still have some kind of trouble with playing this game, you can still make it even easier by Bluetoothing an Xbox One controller or a PS4 controller to your phone and just play with the controller. That's right. You can use a controller in this Call of Duty mobile game. And trust me when I tell you that just because you are using a controller does not mean you will only face other controller players. If that's true, then everyone who is playing this game is actually really horrible at the game, because even when they use their controllers, they just suck. They're just doing horrible. And when I use my controller and still face the slight input lag that comes with that, because there is slight input lag with that, no one else comes close to the amount of kills I get, and when I do die, it never appears to be a controller player. I say that because watching those kill cams usually shows them shooting my toes for like 5% of their hits, while 5% hits my legs, and the other 90 is just dirt. They're just hitting dirt for 90% of their shots. So I highly doubt that they're actually using controllers when they do eventually get me, which means I'm not facing purely controller players. And with controllers, there is still aim assist in this game. Should that even be allowed? Like, because this is a mobile game. Like, should that be allowed in a mobile game? Who cares? They put it in the game anyways. I don't know why, but they did. Looking at the kill cams, it never appeared that others used aim assist to kill me, which again goes into the fact that it doesn't seem like anyone else was using controller when I was using controller. But trust me when I say that when I use a controller, there is a very blatantly obvious aim assist that almost feels OP, like it's just cheating, like you just entered some kind of cheat or hacks or something, and you're just aimbotting on people. It's like extremely easy to use that aim assist to get kills. It's insane, even with the input lag. Especially knowing that these players can't actually be using a controller, this just feels like a very easy way to just cheat the game and just go on and win as many matches as you want, even if you suck at the game. So there's that. Last time I made this video, there was the whole issue of PC players being able to play with mobile players, but it was kind of an officially but not officially supported thing, and there was like a whole thing where I was like, oh, well, if you do PC, then you do play other PC players. Well, this is even worse because this controller support is integrated in the game. It encourages you to do so, and there is literally no downsides other than a very slight input lag delay thing, and that's not really too much of an issue really when you have that aim assist and all that other stuff like that. No one is really using the controllers, so I guess there's that. On to another thing, another annoying part of the game, the pop-ups that happen as soon as you start the game. As soon as you load up the game, just like all that time ago, there's several pop-ups that come up before you can even get into the game. Usually 3 of them all about this cool thing you can buy or this other cool thing you can buy, and it's just so annoying. It's annoying as fuck, and has actually made me skip out on playing it multiple times. The idea of having a mobile version of Call of Duty is so enticing because it implies that you could get into matches much quicker and get to play the game more often. You can play it anywhere, but even with all these pop-ups, combined with all the other garbage it does, such as forcing you to randomly do things, it makes it take way longer than you expect. Maybe not as long as it would take me to load up my PS4 and then hop into like Call of Duty Modern Warfare or something like that, but it takes longer than you expect. This game is predatory with its microtransactions as well, constantly asking you to buy this or that, having multiple currencies and only giving you one for them for free. Like, you get one of them for playing for free, but in reality that type of currency is actually garbage and you can't actually do anything with it. Classic microtransaction bullshit stuff like that. You can also spend certain things, like I don't even know what they're called. They're like these cards things that you can spend and they will upgrade your weapons or your attachments and things like that. It sounds like a pay-to-win system to me. I don't know if that is, because I don't know how to gauge how much it's actually improving it or if it's actually doing anything and it's just a scam or something like that. I don't know. I doubt it, but it feels like a pay-to-win system, right? It sounds like one to me, but that little card thing just adds onto the sketchiness of the microtransactions that are in the game. And I felt like I wanted to mention that. You know, I felt like I needed to mention that because it feels really sketchy that you can just upgrade anything for these little cards that you can spend money on. That just feels weird. Then we have the main menu. It makes me want to vomit. The main menu just makes me want to vomit. There is so much crap here that I can't even comprehend what I'm looking at. Dozens of tiny little buttons that are pointless mixed in with slightly larger buttons that you actually need. Finding the settings on this main map legit took me like 5 minutes, even though it's very obvious where it is looking back at it, but it's just too much and almost none of it matters. Again, encouraging me to just overall not mess with the menus and just ignore them. God forbid you get this far, but even if you make it to a team deathmatch lobby, be prepared to see the same 3 maps over and over again. Why? Because even though you downloaded the whole game, you still have to manually download all 15 of them. The other maps, because there's 18 maps, there's like 15 that you have to manually download. If by some chance you know that the game hides these 15 maps and you have to download them and you know this and everything like that, not everyone does, which means you'll be forced into games on the same 3 maps because those are the only ones people have downloaded because they're downloaded by default. It is such a fucking stupid system. It makes you sick of the game so much faster because it gets tiring to play those same maps over and over and over and over again. But the game gets worse than this. Oh, it does get worse than this, especially on free-for-all. Free-for-all is so easy to abuse the spawns in. I don't know how they managed to mess it up this bad, but it is like way worse than normal. All you have to do is walk 3 feet away from a spawn point. Like as soon as you spawn in the game, just walk 3 feet away, get a kill or wait for someone else to get a kill, turn around, and then boom, there's a person there spawning almost immediately. So that's definitely broken. Like this is like a little bit more broken than like normal. I know this is a little bit more of Call of Duty's fault than it is Call of Duty Mobile's fault, because this is something that's always been in Call of Duty with screwed up spawns and things like that. But considering how old this game is at this point, it feels weird that there hasn't been any kind of fix or some kind of solution for this very easy way to abuse this spawning system in the free-for-all thing. Like, that needs to be fixed. Last time I reviewed this game, I talked about the audio being awful. I do have to say that it is better now, but it is still kind of bad. I've had ghost footsteps, like footsteps that, like, it sounds like they're right next to you, or it sounds like there's like dozens of people surrounding you, and then you look and there's like no one there. I've heard delayed footsteps, and when listening to the in-game voice chat, everything else gets quieted down for you, which sounds like a good idea because you would be able to hear your teammates, except that it just causes horrible audio lag and doesn't actually help you hear the other player. My brother said it sounded like I was underwater, despite being in the same room as him and with a high-quality phone. So the audio hasn't gotten much better, but at least now I don't have to mute my phone while I play. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on Call of Duty Mobile in 2021? It's not very different from the way it was when it came out. Specialists seem to be a big difference though. I haven't really seen a single one of them for some reason. Like, no one is using the specialist. I have no idea why. Maybe everyone just on that game just collectively agreed that, hey, don't do this anymore. Or maybe it's because it didn't hold my hand and tell me to do this like it did last time. That was the one thing it didn't hold my hand and force me to do, is to add a specialist to a class. But other than very tiny things like that, the game is almost exactly the same as it used to be. Like, I don't even think there is any new maps other than the gunfight ones, which are exclusive to the gunfight game mode. So there's that, I guess. I mean, the game is still fun, but just nowhere near as fun as it could be, and it's so disappointing that it hasn't had any redeeming changes since launch. But that's all I have to say on this game. It just still sucks. Anyway, I do hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, please do like, subscribe, and share, and do all of those wonderful things like that, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But that's not all you get. No, it's not all you get. You also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.